Welcome to the Business Behind the Scene podcast with Francesca Moi, where we talk all about real business problems, real solutions, and getting actual results in your business. Hello, and welcome to episode number 51 of this podcast. Now, today we're talking about sell without selling. Now, we just finished a 3-day workshop last week where we had 45 people in the room, and it was really successful 3-day workshop. A lot of members got lots of success during the workshop, after the workshop. And there was one common thing. There was people were terrified of looking like they were selling online, looking like they were salesy, looking like what they might think about them. And I wanted to record a podcast today to touch on to that, because I had to really shake that off from myself, right? I had to, at the beginning of my business, to go, all right, I'm in business. I need to sell to be able to help. So I need to get over my fear of looking like I'm salesy, especially because I'm Italian, and there was a lot of fear about being pushy, right? I'm Italian, I'm quite straightforward, and what people are going to think, and it was terrifying, right? So I had to work a lot on my fears about being pushy and being salesy, and turn it into passion, into helping, and to be able to support people into their journeys. So what I realized that a lot of my clients first and foremost do is that they are terrified of selling, and that fear is sometimes turned into actually being salesy, because you're so afraid of selling that you know that you're not sell enough, so you try to push and sell, and then it doesn't sound natural. It doesn't sound real. It sounds like you are pushing because you're so pushing outside of your comfort zone that people feel that energy. So the first thing that I will do if I were you is to really make a list of what do you think about salespeople. What do you think about salespeople, and why is it so afraid for you to sell? If you think about it, when you want to buy something, that you really want to buy something, you love it, right? You go to the Apple store and you want to buy a new iPhone. You want to ask all the things that they have, and you will be disappointed if the salesperson will go like, oh, look, I don't want to tell you too much about this. I don't want you to feel like I'm selling. You'll be like, shut up, tell me what it is. Tell me what the benefits, right? So we want to make sure that you stay in the frame of mind of knowing that your clients, the right people, want to know more from you. They want to know the details. They want to explain of what is the benefits for them. They want to spend more time with you about the product. Please don't always think that people don't want to hear from you, because that's not the case. If someone is the right client, then they are going to want to know more. The people that don't want to know more, it's fine. They're still going to follow you. They're still going to love you. They're still going to find valuable for what you have to share. But it doesn't have to be that you don't want to sell to people, right? So make a list of all the things that you think about a salesperson, and then think, to be honest with yourself, and think if you are any of those. And if you ever met someone that sold you something that had any of those. So ask yourself, the last thing that you bought for your house, was the salesperson that got you that? Were there any of those things that you wrote down? Or the last car that you bought, the person that sold you the car, was any of the things that you wrote down? Because we have this idea that salesmen are all of those negative things, but I bought plenty of cars in my lifetime, and I never got pushed in to buy a car. I actually went to the car dealership wanting to buy a car, so I don't know where that came from. So ask yourself, last time that you bought a fridge, last time that you bought some furniture for your house, ask yourself, was that salesperson any of these negative things that was there? Because most likely you will find that they were not. So those people were just like passionate about selling you something that you actually walked into the store to get. Now, some of you might be saying, oh, okay, but people are not working in my store. I'm a coach. I'm like, well, but people that are following you, they know that you have a business, and that's what you actually ultimately will do. People that jump on a call with you, they know that you have a business. And if they don't know that you are about to sell them something, they are gullible. It's their problem. It's their mistake that they're thinking that they're going to get everything for free without paying for something. People know that if they want some value, they will have to pay for it, right? So if you are offering something valuable, then you got to be proud of offering that service to someone. I have done a session with someone that was actually a very good session, and at the end of it, they didn't offer me anything else. So I just thought, oh, maybe they don't want me as a client. Maybe they just don't want to upsell me. Maybe they hated me. Maybe I was a pain in the butt, right? There's some people that might think that. And instead, if they offer me something, I would have paid. So then I asked, and they were like, no, I just didn't want you to be sold at. I'm like, stop it, sell me. I want more. Tell me more. And it's fascinating how many of us, because we hide, because we don't offer the next thing to our clients, we actually do a disservice to them. So I don't want you to be that person. I don't want you to struggle making sales, because your business will suffer, but most of it, your clients, your potential clients will suffer, because they will stay with the pain and they're going to go and look out there for the answer. And most likely your competitor will be the person they're going to get help from. So if you are afraid of sales, ask you, what is the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario is that you're going to get a no. N-O. It's 2 letters that we are terrified about. I'm going to feel rejected, right? But the thing is, are they saying no to you? Is when people say no to your business, to the value offer that you proposed, they're not saying no to you. They're saying no that right now might be the right moment, the right time, the right money, whatever is their story. It's nothing about you. It's not a reflection of you. In the same time, can you learn, can you improve from a no? 1,000,000%. So I've learned this before, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Offers minus a no equal a yes. So the more offers you put out there means the more no you put out there, which means the more yeses you're gonna get. The more offers you put out there, that means you're gonna start to collect no. And if you collect no's, that's fantastic, because the more no's you get, that means the more yeses you will get. Way too many people don't think that way. They hide behind a rock, underneath a rock, and then they wonder why they're not getting enough clients. It's because people can't find you. You haven't put yourself out there. You haven't offered enough to people. And offer is not just putting yourself out there on social media and post something. Offer is actually messaging, calling, emailing one person specifically and say, this is what I've got for you. Let's go. You want to work with me? Offers means you actually give them a proposal, a quote. You give them a call and you actually ask them to work with you. Are you doing that enough? How many hours a week are you spending putting offers? How many hours a week are you spending selling? How many hours a week are you wasting trying to make things perfect rather than putting yourself out there and sell your products? I have never created anything in my entire life before I sold it. First I sold it and then I created it. Because I want to know that what I'm creating is something that is in the market. If people are not interested in, I'm not going to put it out there. So talk about the amount of no. You want to understand how many no's you've got so far? Count them, because I have had personally thousands of no, but it means I've got hundreds of yeses, and people don't understand that. They think, oh my gosh, Francesca, you got 380 people in your Mafia Academy. That is incredible. Well done. That is so amazing. But they don't see the thousands of people that I talked to in the last 5 years, and they say no. So we want to always remember that for whatever yeses you see on social media, that is always a no. You want to always make sure that you celebrate that. You go, yay, I've got another no, which means I am closer to a yeses. So a lot of people get affected from a no. They get a no and then they hide. They get a no and then they don't want to be in business anymore. They get a no and they go, oh my gosh, I'm done. Or people generalize. They go, oh, nobody wants to buy my product. From one person saying no, you said that nobody wants to buy. Come on. Surely you can change that mindset, right? It's so important, because the more you think negative about your product, your services, the less you're going to have confidence to go out there and sell it. So just understand that it's normal to get a no. People are not saying no to you, they say no to themselves. They say no to their future. They say no to their potentials. People, when they say no, is that they don't believe in themselves most of the time. They don't believe they're gonna use it. They don't believe it's gonna work for them. They don't believe it's appropriate for them. They don't believe they got the money, the time, the support, anything that is about them. So don't be afraid of putting offers out there, because every time you put an offer out there, you're actually helping people. You're not selling. You're doing a disservice to people when you don't put an offer out there. So what if you knew that every no that you get, you're gonna get better? You gotta understand what you said. What could you say in a different way? You gotta understand that, maybe the next question could have been that rather than this. Maybe you can understand that the pricing needs to be tweaked. Maybe you understand that you need to add more value. Maybe you understand that you need to approach in a different way. There's so much learning that can come from getting a no that way too many people hide behind trying to get a yes. I don't even care about that. As soon as I got on a phone call, I want to help the person. And if I'm not the right person to help them, I will send them to someone else. There is no way. I have said no to clients. I have disqualified people. I work with people that I truly believe I can help. If I can't help them, I will say no. I've trained my team to do the same. I've trained my clients to do the same. There is no point to sell just for the sake of selling. There's no point to sell just to get your numbers up. You want to make sure that you actually help and support people for real. And the moment that you know that that's how you go about in business, you're never going to feel salesy, because you know in your heart that if that's not the right client, you will say no. The more you put offers out there, the more comfortable you will be with your offer, with the way you do business, with getting a no. You won't take it personal anymore. Every time people say no, I don't go and feel like, oh my gosh, they don't love me. I just understand that it's their journey, it's their path. They're not there yet. So ask yourself, am I selling enough? And am I putting myself out there enough to show people that I have a service that I can help them? Are you afraid of asking for the money? What do you feel when you're asking for the money? Do you feel shaky in your voice? Do you feel like ashamed? Do you feel embarrassed? And this goes hand in hand with me learning how to have tough conversation with people. I call people out. If I think that they're making an excuse, I will tell them from love, but I will tell them, because it's important that they understand that this is their future. This is a decision for them, not for me. I'm not attached to the outcome. I don't need another client to get to my $3 million business, right? I'm totally fine. But I want to help them if I can. I want to support them if I can. I want to make sure that they know that they have a space in my program if that's what they choose to do. I don't want them to think that there's no help out there. There's way too many people that have way too many problems and they just don't believe that nobody cares. My clients know that I care. Why? Because I am there for them. And when they buy, I am there for them. I think I'm one of the few coaches on a multi-million-dollar business that still shows up every single week to support my clients, every single week to do calls, every single week to give advice, every single week to coach them. I am there. And because of that, I have the confidence in selling my product, because I know I will be there. I would not be able to do that if I was bullshitting them. I won't be able to lie. I will have to make sure that everything that I say in my sales calls are manifesting in the reality. That's how I know that I'm not afraid. So ask yourself, what are you afraid of? When you're about to make a sale call, are you actually picking up the phone and calling people? Honestly, do it. There will be so many people out there that they're wondering if there is help for them. And then you will call and they're going to go, oh my gosh, that was destiny. They're going to feel that you have their back. So don't be afraid of just asking for the money, asking for the sale. Way too many of my clients, they start to make money when I literally tell them, just go for it, ask for it. You will find clients that will say yes. And every time you get a no, celebrate it. Celebrate it, because you know that you're closer to a yes. A friend of mine once told me a really fun story there was it was really funny. There was her and her family were in Thailand, and there was she was there with her kids, and this beautiful daughter of hers, 8 years old, was shocked. There was a little baby girl that was walking towards the tables and putting a little toy on the tables, and then she will go back and pick them up. And she was saying, "Mom, why does she do that?" And her mom said, because she's asking for money. If people want to buy it, she will pick it up. If not, she will sell it. If not, she will pick it up. And the daughter said, everybody is not buying it because she's picking it up from every table. And then the table after them, they actually bought it. And so she said, "Mom, they bought it." And she said, "Yeah, but pretty much, you don't have to feel bad for her. Usually about every 10 people, one person will say yes." And the daughter said, "Oh, well, doesn't mean that we were number 9? And that's hilarious, because what if a salesperson had that attitude? Every time you get a no, you go, "It's okay, next one. And I know that at number 10, I will get a yes," right? And it's funny how, as business owners, we don't see it that way. We take a no and we feel it personal. We hide. We go in hibernation. Don't do that. Be proud of your services. Be proud of your business, and put yourself out there, because there is people that need you. You have a duty to sell. You have a duty to put your products out there. Don't hide. Stop being invisible and start to show people that you are the right person for them, that you are the right coach for them. Don't hide behind the fear of what they're going to think about you. I had to drop the being liked a long time ago. I don't care anymore if people like me. I'm a coach. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to change their lives. That's all I care. And if they don't like me along the way, that is okay. I hope that there's a lesson behind for them. I'm doing it from a place of love, from a place of heart, not from a place of being liked. So my friends, go out there and collect as many no's as you can, because after 10 no's, 9 no's, there's gonna be your yes. So go and get it, go and have fun, go and give people what they need, which is your product and services. Stop hiding and start putting yourself out there. Go on, my friend, let me know how you go. See you next week. Hey, if you enjoyed listening to this podcast, then you have to come and check out my Facebook group, Entrepreneurs Abundance Mindset. It's a community of over 9,000 business owners that are also ready to boom their businesses. Don't forget to also hit the subscribe button on this podcast and leave a review so that you can win a ticket to my Invisible to Invincible workshop. I'll see you next week.